Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today May and I will be answering your guys' common questions that we get. We put a post up on Instagram and you guys all asked us questions and we picked a few out. Okay, the first one is, which twin makes the other twin laugh all the time?
I would say I make G laugh more just because I'm pretty random at times and I don't really have a filter, so I say whatever is on my mind. I blame ADHD for that one, but I think I make G laugh more.
Yeah, it's definitely May. May is more out of pocket and I have to try to be funny if I want to be funny.
Yeah, I will agree to that one. So the next one, how did you start doing YouTube? So let's go back to,
in general,
how we started with social media, which was in January 2020.
No, it was when we were going home for COVID, so it was like April or March.
It was March because we left college in March.
Yeah, it was sometime right before everybody went home from college.
And Jan and I just randomly thought, why not throw out some videos out here? We are twins. We do have some of the same clothing colors that we could twin in. And we realized shortly that a lot of people like that. They love seeing twins, but having two completely different personalities. And I think Jan and I portray that very well.
Yeah, and a lot of the thing that caught a lot of people was that May and I were still in school, and a lot of influencers were not in school at the time or didn't show that on their channels. And May and I did realistic days on what it was like, and so we were more relatable to everybody. And so I think that's another reason why everyone started to follow us and wanted to know what we were doing. But more so on the YouTube front, we started YouTube more so just about last year because we wanted to focus more on like fitness and nutrition
and just longer videos.
Yeah. So because everyone was in lockdown, May and I just decided, well, why not just maybe do a few YouTube videos, do some TikToks, do some Instagram, and everyone seemed to like it, and here we are 3 years later and we are doing this sit down chat with you guys. So long story short, COVID happened and May and I did everything the same everybody else did, picked up an app, and here we are today.
Yeah.
Are you guys really triplets? So this is a huge question. And this question is referring to the third girl named Jessica, and she is going to probably say yes, we are triplets, because we pretty much are. We hang out with each other, I want to say at least 4 times a week. And
a good amount.
We kind of grew up together. We grew up within the same like Catholic schools. We didn't go to the same school, but we played each other. We were on the same teams sometimes. And then we went to high school together. And high school is where we got really close together because we did basketball together.
We had classes together.
We had classes, yeah. So we got really close in high school. And then once we all went, and then in college, we stuck with that relationship really well. And like, we're basically sisters. We love her mom and she loves our parents. My parents, my parents or our parents think Jessica is like their fifth child.
Yeah.
So it's really funny just seeing how like Jessica interacts with mom and dad and Kara.
For sure.
And she comes on some family
She's been on family vacations. They all love her.
Yeah.
She fits right in. It's perfect. So she's not blood related, but we've taken her in as family, and you know, these days you get to choose who your family is, and she just happens to look like Jay and I.
And we always get told we're triplets.
Whenever we're all three together, this happened literally maybe 2 weeks ago. People just ask, are you guys triplets? And we're always like, no, but we technically are.
Yeah. We just need to start saying yes.
We've gotten to the place where we just say yeah. The next question is, how do you reveal yourself, May, and how can you face what others think about you? I'm going to assume reveal myself as in like being out, or just dressing differently than what people consider normal for a female to wear. I've always been a tomboy literally most of my life. I've never gotten into the skirts, makeup, the girly girl stuff. Never was my cup of tea, never something that drew my attention. I do remember in the phase of like learning about myself, I would try on skirts and stuff and convince myself that like, no, this is what you're supposed to wear. Even though I was very uncomfortable with it, but I was like, I should at least try it once. And then I realized, no, this is way too uncomfortable. I'm anxious as heck, like more anxious than normal, because I'm not comfortable. And I also just in general have anxiety. So being in somewhere that made me anxious, but also being uncomfortable in my own clothing was way too much. So I just realized that from then on, I told myself, you know what? People will accept me for me if they're really my friend. And for me to be able to live a happy, normal life for myself, I need to be comfortable with myself. And if that means going against the social norms of what females wear, then that so be it. I don't care. And then the older I got, the more confidence I got. And now I'm at the point in my life where it's like I genuinely could not care what other people think about me. So I think, yeah, learning by being on social media for the last few years, and especially people critiquing every single thing I'm wearing or what I'm doing, I've learned that I can't control what other people say. I can only control how I feel and how I react. And I can be upset, I can be mad, that's perfectly fine. But I've realized that it's not worth the energy to give the attention to those people who say rude and mean comments and give them a live day, because it's not worth it. Like for me, I may never ever meet you. So what you think about me, I don't care. That's how you feel, but like you don't know me, you don't know what I stand for. There's nothing.
Like at the end of the day, you're wasting energy on something that is just not worth it, because you have so much more things you need to focus on.
And haters are gonna hate, and being in social media, you are gonna have people that hate you. But I've also realized a lot of the hate comes from jealousy, or comes from wanting something that we have that someone may not have, and just knowing that, it kind of gives relief.
The next question is Portland your hometown or where you both attend college? So May and I did attend college in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. We went to the University of Portland. We still go back sometimes to see our friends, or going down to do some shopping because there's no taxes there, which is really nice. But it is not our hometown. And we graduated college actually almost a year and a half ago. Almost 2 years.
Just like G said, I really don't see myself living in Portland. But if we were to move, or at least I move anywhere out of Seattle, I would want to stay on the West Coast, so I would want to stay in a city. So Portland would maybe be an option, but it's not my top option to move there. Yeah. Any tips on growing on social media? I think the one thing I would tell every single person who wants to start social media, I tell them anyone can do it. Anyone can post it, whatever they want. The main tip I would say is be real. Don't be fake. G and I try our best to put videos out there where what you see is what you get.
I agree with May. I think the number one thing is you have to be authentic And people can see when you're lying or when you are faking it.
Yeah.
And it's not entertaining because you're faking it, you know? I think people enjoy watching others enjoy what they do or their passion for something. Along with being authentic, I think something that I don't know if it's a given thing, if you should know, but like, be consistent. You need to be posting regularly if you want to be on social media. Whether or not you're getting 1 view or 1,000 views, you just need to be consistent, because more people are going to start seeing you and be like, oh, what else do they have? They can't come on one video and be like, okay, I like her, and then you have nothing else to show. Being consistent and being authentic to yourself are the 2 things I would say.
Yeah.
To potentially make your way into social media.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning on moving to a different state or no?
Personally, I'm not going to speak for you, but for myself, I only see myself moving states if it's due to a relationship and if I want to move states. You know, I've realized in past relationships, like, I'm not moving states for someone. I think it's important to move for myself if I see myself there, or if I want to try something new. That's really the only reason I would move states. But for the foreseeable future, I don't see myself moving.
Yeah, I am like May. I'm pretty much the same. I see myself as a West Coast girl. More so, I love Seattle, just because you get the city, but also you take like a 30-minute drive away and you're either in the woods or you can go up to the mountain and ski. So
I just love all the seasons here, and G and I, especially in the winter seasons, love to ski, so it's very easy for us to take a day and go drive 2 hours to Stevens Pass.
Yeah.
Ski at Stevens.
Like I said, like 2 hours.
Yeah. Ski for the day, come back to the city, and be in the city.
Yeah.
I definitely also see myself growing a family here, just because I loved growing up here, and I don't see really anywhere else I'd love to raise children.
Yeah.
But it would take a very special person or state to make me move.
I feel like I could move maybe for a year. Somewhere
So not
else.
long term.
But not long term.
Someone asked, have you thought about living separately or get your own place? We have talked about it, about moving separately and getting different apartments or whatever. Right now we're lucky to be renting a house together, and we also do have 2 puppies together, so obviously they're gonna stay together. I'm not gonna take one, G's not gonna take one, because they truly love to be together. Right now I don't see ourselves really splitting up. It would make our job a lot harder.
No matter how many times we say we need a break from each other and that I wish we could live on like separately, it just realistically right now, like May said, with our dogs and with how much we are filming daily, it makes sense to live together. Yes, we fight. Everybody fights. All siblings do. And it would be nice to have like more space away from each other. So like if we could ever find like, you know, a house that has like 2 apartments, like a split house, you know?
Yeah.
Like that would be nice, because you would have your own kitchen, you would have your own bathroom. Like she already has her own bathroom, but like you get more space, your own living room, like that would be really nice, but we're still within the same complex.
I don't see it happening though, us moving, unless we get into serious relationships and we decide either we move in with our significant others or one of us gets married, and then obviously you move out.
So as of right now, no, we will not be moving out unless something happens, or honestly, if something happens.
Yeah.
There isn't really like another option.
If anything, we're going to be moving out of this house before we move
away.
apart from each other.
Yeah. What is May's type and where could I apply? This is a very common question that we get, more so May gets. So why don't you share with us? What's your type, May?
My type, well, the more I think about it, I may need to move away from my type. My track record with them is not the best, but that's a different story. Physical features, and I'm not saying that I care so much about physical features, but you know, like that I find attractive at first look, would be blondes with blue eyes.
So the basic white girl.
Or green eyes.
So the basic white girl.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that though. I felt like that might be rude. I will say it's that, but I have dated people in the past that were not blondes and did not have blue eyes. So like,
You're
honestly,
just physically attracted to blondes and blue eyes, but when it comes to dating or someone that you find interesting, it's more about like the morals.
exactly.
And, like,
That's
who they
was
are.
what I was just about to say. Is like, I need to get to know you and like what you stand for, what your morals are, before I like make that decision to date. Yeah, it really doesn't matter about your physical features. Yeah, as much as your personality and how you treat others.
Do you guys play any sports? So to answer that, we grew up playing sports in general. We were very active kids, and we played a sport every season up in through high school.
So we did basketball, soccer, volleyball, tennis, cross country, track. We played all of those sports at one point in our life.
Our parents did put us in many sports just because I think we needed an energy release.
An outlet, yeah.
And sports was it. And it was fun because all of our friends played too.
Yeah.
The last question is, have you ever thought about your bio family or just been curious about your life, what your life would have been like? This should be a whole nother video, but let's quickly answer it.
In short, yes, definitely thought about them.
I feel like we are in a better place now, more so like the life we're living now is something that we would never have been able to live if we were still in China.
Yeah, we can do a whole other video on this because I know a lot of adoption fans of ours have somewhat the same stories as us, and we've been actually trying to think of how we can incorporate more adoption into our channels. So if you want to hear more about our adoption story and the obstacles it comes with
and more
and
questions,
growing up, and just in general more questions about adoption, leave a comment down below and we shall make a video out of it.
Yeah, we will. That is some of the main questions that we get on all of our platforms. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to let us know. We would love to do more of these Q&As. That is the end of this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like always, be kind to others and happy yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.